Bolatelli, Aguero. I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. The words echoed by Martin Tyler on May 13, 2012, in what is the greatest or most dramatic ending to a Premier League season in the history of the league. Yeah, man. Oh, hold on. Sorry, let me try this. Hello? Yeah. 1989. Seriously? Yeah, never take border. Alright, cool. Sorry about that, viewers. Just get a call saying that the Arsenal win at Anfield in 1989 was more dramatic than the Aguero Arena versus QPR 2012. Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. Just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate in this season from November 20th through till now, whatever it is that you celebrated, whatever you're celebrating now, happy holidays to you all. Blessings to you and your family. Alright, so today I want to go over some of the most dramatic endings to the English League season, whether it be the old Division 1 or the now Premier League, EPL. Starting off with okay, so 88-89, a lot of viewers don't know about that season ending. I mean, I myself did not watch it, but being an ardent Arsenal supporter, you know, I study everything Arsenal history. I do know about this from that. So 88-89 season, it was the games were extended, or a lot of games were postponed, or not a lot, but quite a few games were postponed because of the Hillsborough disaster. So Liverpool had 2 games in hand, Arsenal had a game in hand. They were 11 points. Liverpool trounced West Ham in about a few days prior to playing Arsenal. So on that final game day, what was the date? May 26, 1989, Arsenal needed to win by 2 clear goals at Anfield. Now this was a Liverpool team that was the dominant team of the 80s in English Premier League, you know. And Arsenal went up there, were giving a good account of themselves, actually was leading the league at the turn of the year, or at the Christmas break, you know, but brilliant run by Liverpool like they normally do back then, and some slip-ups by Arsenal gave Liverpool the advantage going into the final day of the season. Liverpool leading by 3 points with a +4 goal difference. Arsenal needed to win by 2 clear goals, and then it would be a head-to-head between both teams, basically. And like I said, Liverpool with their fearsome attack, Arsenal went up there, decided, George Graham was Arsenal coach back then, he decided, you know what, we're gonna go with an ultra defensive team and see if we can hold them out for, if it's even for the first half, you know, probably early second half, we might start making some changes. So Arsenal went into that game with a back 5, which was really unheard of back then, you know, at least for English League teams. They went into the game with a back 5, held their own up until the 52nd minute. The legend Alan Simmett scored one for Arsenal, 1-0 game. It was a back and forth affair up until added time. In the final seconds of added time, Michael Thomas picked up the ball for Arsenal and parted that mighty Reds defense. And the Martin Tyler commentary is synonymous with that City League title. Now, I don't remember the commentator that was doing this Arsenal game, but his words when Michael Thomas picked up the ball were, "It is up for grabs now."
Thomas, it's up
Just
for
like
grabs
that,
now.
Michael Thomas walked through the Reds defense, scored that late winner, and it was pandemonium. You know, Arsenal's first league title in, I think it was like 18 years. Liverpool fans were shocked. And I mean, like I said, they had a lot going on back then with the Hillsborough disaster. If some of you don't know about that, that will be for a different show. But yeah, that was then voted the most dramatic ending ever to a Premier League season. Until this day, you still have some fans from back then, or commentators, journalists, that will tell you that that was more dramatic than the 2012 ending. So that's it for the 89, 88, 89. I mean, you can go back and watch old clips of it and, you know, leave your commentary, see what you think when you compare those. Now, I picked out a few other season endings before I get to the City title clinching that were pretty dramatic as well. Some of them came down to the final day, some didn't, but you know, they were still pretty dramatic. The two I'm gonna leave to the end is 2012 and 2014, because I want to ask you, the fans, you, the viewers, which team do you think felt it more, giving up the title that they had in their grasp? You know, which team, if you were a fan of either team, which fan do you think would have felt it more, would have felt the pain more? So moving on, 94-95 season, Blackburn led by their then talisman, before they move on to Newcastle, Alan Shearer, pipped Man U to the title by 1 point. Man United were beaten by 1 point versus Blackburn, 94-95 season. 95-96, Newcastle were leading up until Christmas. Actually, at the Christmas break, and you know, supposedly teams that are leading Christmas tend to lift the title. I mean, most of the times, actually, it happens. Well, Newcastle were leading by 7 points at the halfway point of the season. You know, only to end up losing that title by, they lost it by 4 points to Man U.
I'll tell you, honestly,
it was
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
You watch old interviews and you see where Newcastle players from back then said they had started celebrating from February and March. Like, they had the league wrapped up. It was like, this is ours. There's no way we're letting this up, you know. With the likes of Aspria, Beersley, you know, there are a lot of great names that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Les Ferdinand, Aspria tandem up front was deadly back then, you know. But they somehow found a way to lose the title, end up losing by 4 points to Man U. But like I said, the margin that they lost the title that season doesn't really tell how close their race was for most of the season. But yeah, 95-96, Newcastle basically threw away that lead. 98-99, and this one hurt because Man U went on to win the treble. Man U beat Arsenal to the title by 1 point. Again. 1 single point. And I think we were actually, Arsenal were defending champions that season. I think that was the season prior we won. I think we won 97-98, yeah. And they pipped us, or it might have been 96-97, but they pipped us by 1 point, 98-99, and that was a part of their treble winning season. So that makes it hurt even more as an Arsenal fan. Alright, so those are the 3 that I wanted to throw in between the Arsenal 98-99, and then, like I said, the Aguero winner 2012. But before I go to the Aguero in the 2012, I'm going to skip that and go to 2014. Because 2014, even though it didn't come down to the final day, was pretty dramatic the way Liverpool slipped up, no pun intended, and threw away that title. Now, they were leading City. You know, like I said, the great slip by Gerrard, who famously, a few games before that, told him that we don't lose it now, we do not slip up. You know, he ended up slipping up and causing himself a title because of that he never won a Premier League title, you know. But yeah, they slipped up, and after that game it kind of went downhill for them, because then they ended up trying to make up goal difference against Crystal Palace, and the great Dwight Gale, at least from that game, he was great. You know, saw a great comeback by Palace that game. They ended up drawing that game 3-3, and if you remember the scenes from that game, Suarez was on the pitch crying, and you could tell that that was it for them. You know, they might have still been a few chances, but there was no way City was gonna let it slip like they did then. So yeah, that one was a pretty dramatic season ending, even though, like I said, it didn't come down to the final day. But yeah, fans of Liverpool, you can let us know, or let me know how you feel about that one. You know, do you think that was more dramatic and that was more heart-wrenching than the next one I'm going to speak about? 2012, going into extra time, QPR leading 2-1 against City. Rooney had scored probably about 10 minutes earlier or so, but he scored, I think, in the 70-something minute against Sunderland. Man U were winning. The t-shirts were starting to get printed. You know, Man U name probably being engraved on the trophy. Because like I said, 4 minutes at a time, 90 plus 1, boom, Edin Dzeko scores. It's now 2-2. 90 plus 3, boom, 90 plus 4. Balotelli, who has never had another assist in the Premier League. That was his only assist. Held up the ball, rolled it back to Aguero. And Aguero engraved his name in City fans' hearts by latching onto that ball and driving it past. I don't remember who was QPR's goalkeeper that day, but that was a very dramatic ending. One for City fans because, you know, they're bitter rivals who they claim to be rivals for over 100 years, but Man U fans claim they're just the little cousins or the noisy neighbors. You know, they stole that trophy. They stole that title away from Man United. You know, you could the tears spread across the right side of Manchester that day, all the way to Australia and all the way to Jamaica. Man United fans were crying, and those that hate the Red Devils smiled on that day. So, with that said, running out of time, let me know what you think. Which of those league endings you think was the most dramatic? Liverpool of 2014, City winning 2014, because that was also a City win, even though it was Chelsea that stopped Liverpool on that day. City won that title. City 2012, or Arsenal going to Anfield, needing to score 2 goals, or needing to win by 2 goals against a very dominant Liverpool that day, and coming away with a 2-0 victory. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Once again, all the best for the holidays. Blessings.